Hello, it is, what is it, Thursday? It's Thursday. We are heading today to Derry, which I've never been to before. I've always wanted to go, so we're going now. I've put it in the sat-nav. I know it was like an hour, but to get to the shopping centre is an hour and a half, so it's quite a ways. I put petrol on yesterday, so we're all sorted. I want to go to Tower Museum. I want to see a few murals. I want to get a photograph of the Derry Girls mural. And then there's like obviously just shops. There's a couple of bits we need to get. I want to get Isaac some school shoes because we went in yesterday to Sports Direct and we picked two different pairs. The first pair we picked, oh no, I can't find the other one of this. It's the last pair, and I thought, right, well, fair enough. We picked another pair and he went in. Exactly the same scenario, couldn't find it, but he could find the size below it and the size above it, which wasn't really helpful. So I'm not buying him Clark's shoes at like 55 quid. The last time we bought them, they were like 2 months and they were like, he'd ruined them. So we'll get him a pair for about 30 quid. I'll have to do him until he goes through those as well. So I shall hopefully have a nice little bit of footage this week for you from somewhere different. I'll not do any waffle because I do enough of that, God knows, and hopefully you'll enjoy the little bits of footage we took in Derry. Right, name that movie in one, guys. No clues. What's the movie? Answers in the comments.
See the river though, because the fence bit looks cool on the bridge.
Okay, before I start the video, let's try and give you a little information. So when I did some genealogy, I've discovered that lots of my ancestors are actually from Derry. So I'd never been and I wanted to go and see the city. Now you may have heard it referred to as Londonderry. It is both names basically. At one stage, they wanted to establish a Protestant toehold in a Catholic part of Ireland, so Protestant colonies were planted there from Scotland and England. Many were financed by wealthy London guilds, so they changed the name to Londonderry. There's since been a lot of back and forth, but it has been officially recognised as Derry, although in Northern Ireland, most Catholics will call it Derry, most Protestants will refer to it as Londonderry. So one of the things that Derry is famous for, which I really wanted to see, were the walls. They're actually the only remaining completed walls for a walled city in Ireland, and it's said that they're one of the finest examples of a walled city in Europe. They were built in the 1613 to 1618 as defences for early 17th century settlers from England and Scotland. Now, at that time, Catholics weren't actually allowed inside these walls. They weren't allowed to settle inside Derry as a threatening majority. What they did do, though, is they colonised the Bogside outside of the walls. And the Bogside is very famous for a lot of murals, which I also went to see, which I'll let you see later in the video. Look at the name of the barbers. Ooh. Right, we're in Derry and we're lost. We're beside one of these things that tells us we are here. That would be useful on the big map, wouldn't it? It's not on the big map. So we're going this way.
If that's down there, that is right.
Right, so this is, I'm assuming, part of Derry's walls. It's the only medieval walled city. So I'm not sure whether to go up along this, which is the walls. I think that may be the Tower Museum right at the top. We're going to go through here, I think, and up there. I think that might be it up there.
And let's go that way.
We need to get inside of the walls, which is up this. Just careful of traffic, Isaac. We're going left, right. Right, I think we need to go this way. If this on the left is the Presbyterian Church, it can't be a big thing like that. We'll see what this big building is. Right, so this is, I'm assuming, part of Derry's walls. It's the only medieval walled city. So I'm not sure whether to go up along this, which is the walls. I think that may be the Tower Museum right at the top. We're going to go through here, I think, and up there. I think that might be it up there.
And let's go that way.
We need to get inside of the walls, which is up this. Just careful of traffic, Isaac. We're going left, right. Right, I think we need to go this way. If this on the left is the Presbyterian Church, it can't be a big thing like that. We'll see what this big building is. Right, folks, I'm stood on the platform in Derry's walls. I'm stood on the wall. That is a little scape of Derry for you. You can maybe see some murals down there on gable ends. There's a really big one there you're going to be able to see. And another one there. Right, we're within Derry's walls. That's where I showed you a minute ago over there. That's the platform. We went the wrong way. We went uphill instead of downhill, so this is some sort of big Presbyterian heritage centre or something. Somebody's obviously having trouble with their car. So I'm not sure if we need to walk on top of those walls and keep going, or whether we stay down outside of the walls. I'm not entirely sure. So after much faffing about, folks, this is where we're going. Tower Museum. It's got a Derry Girls exhibition. So hopefully it's not all full up. Just in case you weren't aware, Derry Girls is a really popular Irish comedy set in the 80s following a group of young girls and one boy. The boy's English, the girls are obviously from Derry, they're Catholic, they go to Catholic school, taught by nuns. Blast from the past for me, very on point, very, very accurate, very true to life. I was in secondary school at exactly that era. So the what you're seeing now is basically some sets from inside the house and some little bits. So if you know the show, you'll maybe recognise them. If not, that's what we're looking at. Isaac, see that school bag? Yeah. That's what our school bags look like when we went to secondary school. Canvas bags that we wrote all over. I don't know.
Do you hear the static was massive?
Just would you look at the time?
You could forget when the Derry Girls dressed up, and one of the Derry boys there on the end dressed up as the Spice Girls. Very good. What's this? Is it a little Fra Trains trolley props? T20p. Them were the days. Look, a Kit Kat, 25 pence. I don't know why Robbie Williams is there. Was that in someone's bedroom? There's also a load of outfits from the show that you can look at. Look, there's Ma's jumper.
All the gobshites used to wear them when I were at school.
Kappas. All of the outfits are here for you to have a look at.
That was the thing before Manchester.
Oh, this is pretty creepy. I like this. Look at these cobbled streets.
Churches in Ireland. And in 1166, the medieval cathedral, Champort Moor, was built on a site near the present. Derry was an important part of the Colombian Federation of Monasteries.
And a monk is giving him a manuscript to scrape dog shit off his ship.
The headquarters of all the Columban churches in Ireland. And in 1166, the medieval cathedral. The
Well, this is going to be the first time in 500 years that a lady has done this with her fingers. And there he is, Lord Geoffrey Trimble, the great toil and roll thief. And here we have depicted the scene of the first ever recorded mention of, were you born in a fucking field? Shut that bloody door. Come on, ladies.
Hearts of its people. During the next decade, Derry continued to grow, and by 1650 there were probably about 1,000 people living in the city. Amongst the earliest arrivals in the plantation city of Londonderry was a group of orphan boys from London, sent over as apprentices. Colonisation continued during the following years, despite many arguments about land ownership. It was events in England which were unsettled and really cost the population there, and lead to the greatest challenge since its foundation. The new Catholic King James II was busy restoring power to his Catholic subjects, and in Ireland, nobody was thought to have betrayed the city, and he fled Derry, secretly, in fear of his life. On the very morning that Lundy fled the city, King James rode up close to the south side of Derry with a small group of men. But there would be no surrender. The defenders fired on the group, killing some of King James's entourage. This was revolution. Shortly after, the demoralized King James left Derry.
Who's this?
English, French, and such service brought glamour and cosmopolitan atmosphere to a city which had been secluded. Concerts and environments and concerts and other entertainments were organized for romantic music. Many festivals now American
There's a dog down there and it's so shiny. It's got like 25,000 jewels.
The other bomb fell into a sandpit at Pennyburn and damaged the nearby Catholic church. On the 50-past underground centre of Grantham College, near the Royal Navy's headquarters, arrived later. The first American ships arrived on January 27th, 1942, and on February, the United States new operating base London.
We're up on top of Tower Museum. I think this is the only side with a particularly nice view. Have you decided to join us again, did you?
There's another exhibit place with like a ton of.
Yeah, we're going down there in a minute. I just wanted.
Strong winds from the south blew in the Some English felt that God intervened to save it from the Protestant wind. 100 years later, the besieged citizens of Derry who welcomed the settler Protestant.
Oh, Isaac.
Yes, it does. This goes here. Where does this go? Ah, right here. Bro, what is this going on? should walk over one if I try and walk over that and go down that. I might try.
Beautiful.
Look at the wet picture. Wet picture.
Oh, the first thing. Look at him. The draggled thing. Okay folks, first mural in Derry. I'm assuming that's the priest's handkerchief from Bloody Sunday. First one, guys. So let's bring you on and let you see a few more.
I wasn't even looking at that.
Wish I could give you some history, folks, but literally I have no idea who any of those people are. So I recognise John Hume and Mother Teresa there, and Nelson Mandela. Is that I Have a Dream, Martin Luther King? Oh, it's a Garden of Reflection.
That was all because we were away. If we had just sat back and done nothing, and nothing would have happened. No. And so it was down to the families. We knew it was down to us to make sure that they were around with them.
Right folks, so we're in the Bogside area now of Londonderry. We're entitled to go over here because it's a zebra crossing, taking my life into my hands. I'll just turn around and show you some more murals behind me here. So I'll take you up and give you a closer look. Got no baldy notion, guys, who this Ernesto Che Guevara Lynch. I'm assuming it's something to do with the IRA, which I've no time for. I like to see for the sort of history of the country, but if it's IRA, away it can go. This is the 12 individuals that were shot on Bloody Sunday by the army, who have since admitted what happened rather than the lies that were told at the time. There is that very famous mural over there. You're now entering free Derry. Yep, so it's like the area I come from. Obviously you never see stuff like this, you see the opposite. So this is just the other side of Northern Ireland, folks. This is our history. The one in front of us now, hopefully you can hear me, it's not too windy. That is Bloody Sunday. That's a priest there on the far right. He's waving a white hanky and they're trying to carry the bodies of the dead out from the area. It's a bit of police and a young lad with a petrol bomb by the look of things. Going to this area, there's another one. So again, it looks like youth. What they used to do years ago is the locals used to bang old dustbin lids on the ground to let people know that the police were coming. So that's obviously what that's depicted. This is a very famous one, folks. Everyone knows of this one. This is the only one I want my photograph in front of. But we've coincided with a fucking group. Typical. Hey, the only one I want my photograph at. This is for Noah Donahue. It's a little boy that he was 11, autistic, and disappeared. They think he was actually murdered. Well, they know he was, but it's all very hush hush. So what's this one?
Is that the one in Sturgeon? No.
What?
Is that the...
Can't hear him talk. Oh. This, guys, is the Bloody Sunday Memorial. You can see there on that the ages that some of those people are. You've got 17-year-olds, British paratroopers, Bloody Sunday. And they said they were terrorists, which they weren't. Just going back to the Guildhall to see if we can find the Peace Bridge. I like that. Look at that mural. Oh, shaky, shaky. Right, guys, last thing. It's going to be windy. Apologies. Last thing I wanted to see was the Peace Bridge, which is just on the other side of this road. I have to go up here because they've got a rainbow crossing, so it has to be done. There it is. Isaac, I can't run. Yeah, I'll have to wait to the next one.
Come on, ladies.
There's a Peace Bridge.
I wish it's hard to do. Yeah, and there's a little bit in there.